Well. Look where we are. We are back at the trailer. I might have spoken a little too early regarding Amazon Prime Day. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Boy, you were bad for me. But I don't care enough to make you my enemy.
I canceled my contracts, right? And let me show you. Let me show you. So I canceled one contract and rejected 3 blocks. So I had 6 blocks or 2 week contract that was scheduled. And those were good contracts, believe it or not. They were 1900 piece or something like that, and it would have started tonight. Well, the first one would have started tonight at 6 p.m. and I actually would have been on it already. So the reason why I canceled them is because the load board was looking really good. Like I said before, I realized that I didn't think it was going to be that good. Now, to contradict what I'm saying, you know, one thing about Amazon is AI driven, right? And when you have a score like this, which is 77.8, right? Um, I have a feeling that they're what you call it. They're the AI is doing this. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's penalizing you, but at the same time, I'm still seeing a lot of loads, right? It's just the fact that load board. Let's go to load board. It's just the fact that the freaking rate is straight garbage, man. Let's look at even the hot loads, the hot loads that they call. Okay, that one right there, Lubbock, Texas to Copel, Texas. That one's pretty decent, right? Lubbock, Texas, Copel, Texas, the same one. Okay, Lubbock, Texas to Copel, Texas, the same one. It's probably just an empty trailer move, believe it or not. The same thing, yeah, same thing. Okay, and this is what they call a hot load right here. Look at this: Atlanta to Etna, Ohio. $1.91. Lubbock to Fort Worth. Lubbock to Fort Worth. So there's probably it looks like there's a lot of trailers moving from Lubbock, Texas. Is that how you say it? Lubbock, Texas? Comment down below. Let me know. uh, but this is the what they call so-called a hot load. See, that's the thing though. This is all AI driven. Okay. Um, and then let's go look at my area right here. Look at this. The whole weekend, man. This is what it looks like from here to freaking Salt Lake City area. $1.80. As a matter of fact, it never went above $1.90. It's just, which is insane to me, man. It's like I'm guessing people are pulling it for that. I don't know if they are or not. If you are, man, you are dead wrong in so many ways. I don't care. I don't care, man. But anyway, you see, I mean, this is what they look like. So I said, you know what? Screw that, man. I'm not picking that crap up, man. You know what I mean? Like, why? Why would I pick it up? Now that my score is that low, I'm no longer going to be able to book contracts. Okay, I think I need 90% plus or something like that, or B plus or something score. So it's 95 maybe percent plus for me to be able to book contracts. See, my reasoning why I didn't book the contract, like I said, the number one, the rates were looking pretty good on the Amazon spot load. Okay, I attributed that to the fact that we have Prime Day coming up, which is tomorrow. Okay, and I did not factor in that might have been the 4th of July that's coming up. So I said okay, that's why I parked the trailer over here. So anyway, the reason why I canceled the contracts, right? In contracts, see, the thing with contracts is that even though the rate was good enough that you're gonna be around 270-ish a mile on all miles, right? Running 850 to 900 miles, for the 2 days, right? 2 shifts, that's good enough. But you're locked in. You're locked in that contract. You cannot the thing is I only have one driver on my profile, right, on my Amazon profile, so I can't really move these things around. Even though I could, Now they made some changes with Amazon. See, the thing with Amazon, man, they're always making changes based on carrier past actions. Okay, so if you've been like, passing loads along to your friends and things like that, they're gonna put on a lot more, strict, you know, vetting process to make sure that you're the one pulling it, to make sure that your DOT is the one that's pulling it, your insurance is the one in pulling it. So they did the same thing with swapping loads to other drivers. As soon as something has started, you can no longer swap that load or that tour, right? The block, you can no longer swap that load too many times to another driver until it finishes, as soon as it starts. Okay, so it wasn't like that before. Before, you can, as long as you can move that task to another driver, then you can free up that other driver that was on there. Now they limit the amount that you can do that. Okay, so, and that's the thing, that was the main thing, is that like I'm locked in to that contract. Okay, I mean, just now, just look at it, right? The reason why I wanted the spot load, and I wanted this parking area, right? So I can drop the trailer, and I have a peace of mind to drop the trailer, and I can pull Amazon during Prime days, right? That was my whole thinking. We got the trailer, and then we also have Amazon Prime Day. Okay, so maybe I can move something that's really quick, that's paying really good, and drop the trailer, or maybe I can find something on the load board, and which I did find something on the load board that's paying pretty decent, and we'll pick it up tomorrow. That's why we're back on the trailer now. I promise you guys that we're gonna do an Amazon run on this vlog. Here it is. Just got done doing 2 empty move. Now, Amazon is so freaking weird, man. The reason why I say that, because when my score was high, I'm not able to see these empty move. It's so weird, and I'm seeing these other crappy load like 3 move, right? 3 movement load, short run now, paying like $3.50 a mile, and it's gonna take you like 4 hours, man. Those are straight garbage. I never booked those, and those are loaded. Now these ones I just did, it took me about an hour and a half, right? And look where I drop off the trailer. I'll show you in a minute. But it took me about an hour and a half to do 2, and that is gonna be $360. Hour and a half. I know some people are like, yeah, man, those used to be a $240 each. You know what I mean? It's like that would have been like over $400 or $480, almost $500. Hey, times have changed, man. I think at 360 is still a good rate to go 2 blocks. You know what I mean? Move an empty from 1 block, 2 blocks away, and then go pick up another one and go 2 blocks more away and just be done. And that took me about an hour and a half. Anyway, look where I left the trailer. So that's the 15, right? The I-15 southbound. We're on the west side of the I-15 now. Got a Packer place over here, like a distribution center. But I left the trailer here because I was only gonna be gone for like an hour and a half. So I was like, you know what? It ain't gonna be that bad, And plus, all the movement I'm doing is 1 over there and 1 across the highway, That's all. That's all I was doing, So it's just pick up here, drop off across the highway. No big deal, I knew it was gonna be real quick, so I wasn't really worried about somebody stealing them doggone ramps, Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and end the vlog there. Yeah, so that's what happened to my Amazon account. I'm not banned from it. It's just that my score is so low right now. I don't know if it's the AI or the system is like preventing me from seeing these other loads. You know what I mean? The loads that are like paying somewhat decent, but I know the ones that it's showing me, ain't no shot I'm taking any of those doggone loads, man. It's just, it's crazy, man. It's like, that's why I went and looked at the load board to pick up tomorrow, and I found one that's paying, I mean, yeah, it requires a trailer, and it requires, well, need low pro. I was able to negotiate that, but this one is gonna make, or it's gonna, what do you call it? It's gonna run us almost $6 a mile, man. Come on, right? Like, why? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, if you guys having that same experience as I am, right, where when my score is high, I can't get any of these empty move, man. Like the empty move, they don't show up on my dashboard. Okay, so what's the deal with that? You know what I mean? It's like, I think if I'm gonna have the highest score, right, like the 100%, if you're gonna make me work hard to get to 100% and prevent me from seeing all the loads, I think that's a big problem. You know what I mean? So that's why, you know what, I say, screw that, man. Screw the Amazon score thing, and just we'll just keep it around. If not, we won't even worry about it. Another thing that Amazon is, I think, is silly and ridiculous is the CARB, right? The CARB, like the California program, right? California something something emission program. Okay. Anyway, it's crazy that in California, right, you can operate in California as long as it's a 2010 emission or newer, right? Which we have a freaking 2017 emission. Anyway, as long as it's like that, you can operate in California, okay? But for some reason, Amazon requires you to have CARB. So you got, like, there's this account that you got to open with CARB, right? And that's ran by California. And then you got to get your trucks inspected, like, what you call it? It's like kind of like a smog, you know what I mean, for your car. And I don't appreciate that. I really don't. I did it for 1 year. I never got the truck check. I know the truck is gonna pass, but why would I pay $300? I think they do it every 6 months to check your emission every 6 months. It's either every 6 months or every year. Okay, to check your emission, and it's like $300 a pop. You know what I mean? And that's the only way for you to be able to run Amazon. I mean, it's not that much, but that's still ridiculous if you ask me. I think that's freaking insanity for me to, you know what I mean, be under control like that so much. You know what I'm saying? I have to rely on somebody to check my truck every 6 months for emission, just so I can run Amazon that I may not run or may run or whatever. I mean, the rates are not that great. You know what I mean? Yeah, the rates could be bad, could be good, but the rates are not that great. But my point is, like, why is Amazon requiring carriers to have CARB compliant vehicles? Even though my vehicle is CARB compliant, it's just that you gotta have the certificate. Okay, for you to get the certificate, you got to get it checked. It's got to be plugged in the machine, and that costs you money. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I think that's crazy. That's why I was like, I'm not doing it. So for some reason, like I said, for some reason, Amazon requires that, even though California does not require you to have CARB certificate to operate in their state. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, CARB, you have to have CARB certificate if you're going to register the truck in California, right? If you're going to have California plates. We don't need California plates. We got Nevada plates. I think that's my understanding of it. For you guys in California, let me know down below. You know, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. That as long as it's a 2010 emission and newer, you can operate in California. Okay. I think you can even operate in California with non-emission trucks. I mean, they're just gonna slap you in the hand, right? But anyway, uh, but if you're gonna operate in California, or if you're gonna if you're gonna register the vehicle in California, you have to have a CARB certificate. That's what my understanding of it. Okay, let me know down below if that's incorrect. But anyway, we're gonna end the video here. We got a nice load coming out tomorrow, and it's only going like less than 300, slightly less than 300 miles. And hopefully we find something from there heading back to Las Vegas. If not, we're just gonna deadhead. That's why I accounted for, you know what I mean? That's why I bid as much as I did. So I can account for all that deadhead. We'll see you guys in the next video.